Hello guys, welcome to my channel Lucid Fanfic, and if you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on our latest videos. So be sure to stick around until the end, and let's get started. Before, name, Izuku Yagi. Age, 12. This is where Izuku will meet his father and took him. Likes, heroes, Katsudon, quirks, reading, and watching All Might videos. Dislikes, Izumi, Inko Yagi, Sohinori Yagi, Bakugwa twins, Todoroki twins, his ex-girlfriend, bullies, and villains. Personality, he is naive, caring, loving, and keeps stuttering. Cinnamon roll. After, I don't own the art, it is owned by Sakimikan on DeviantArt. Name, Izuku Midoriya. Age, 15. Likes, his father, Beerus, Goku, Vegeta, Utakayama Izuku's new mom. Training, fighting, eating, his girlfriend Vados, Katsudon, Eri, and Grand Zeno. Dislikes, Bakugwa twins, Yagis, Todoroki twins, ex-girlfriend, and villains. Personality, he is cold towards others, especially his tormentors and neglectors. He kills villains that he deemed too evil to be left alive. He loves to torture his past whenever he gets the chance. Abilities, key manipulation, God key, healing, telekinesis, mind read, creation, Hakai. On one morning we can see a little boy with green hair and freckles and a blonde girl running around excitedly. Inko, Izuku, Izumi come down, breakfast is ready. Izuku/Izumi, we're coming mom. They then went downstairs and went to the dinner table and both sat down and began to eat. Inko, sweeties hurry up, it's almost time to go. Izuku/Izumi, yes mom. Both began eat fast. Finishing their meal, they immediately got ready and got in the car excitedly. Inko, are you guys ready to find out what your quirk is? Both. Yes mom, hurry, let's go, both said excitedly. Inko, okay, we're going. Inko then drive towards the hospital. Along the way we can see Izuku and Izumi playing with their All Might figurines. Izuku, when I get my quirk I will be the #1 hero like All Might, said Izuku, standing raising his All Might figurine. Izumi, Oni-chan, don't forget about me, I will become the #1 hero too, like All Might. Izuku, how about both of us will be #1, said Izuku. Izumi, why? We'll both be #1. Then they both continued playing. Time skip. They have now arrived at the hospital and was now waiting to be called by the doctor. The Izuku met a girl with a permanent blush playing, so Izuku walked up to her. Izuku, hi, are you here to know your quirk too? Unknown character. Yes, said the girl. Unknown character. I am Ochako Uraraka, said the girl. Izuku, I am Izuku Yagi. Then Izumi came. Izumi, Oni-chan, who is she, said Izumi. Ochako then looks at Izumi and introduced herself. Ochako, I'm Ochako Uraraka, nice to meet you. Izumi, nice to meet you too, I am Izumi Yagi. Izuku, while waiting, Uraraka-san, do you want to play with us? Ochako, sure, Izuku-en. The three then began playing while waiting to be called. Time exip. After waiting, Izuku and Izumi were finally called. Nurse, Izuku Yagi and Izumi Yagi, it's your turn. Izuku then looks at Ochako. Izuku, see you later, Uraraka-san. Ochako, you can call me Ochako Izuku-en. Izuku, okay Ochako-san, see ya. Izumi, see ya Ochako-san. Izuku and Izumi then went inside the doctor's room with their mother Inko. Doctor, hello Mrs. Yagi, and are you kids excited to find out what your quirk is? Inko, hello doctor. Izuku and Izumi were very excited. Both, yes doctor. Doctor, good, then both come with me, I will check your quirk. Both then followed the doctor and was checked up. After a few minutes they finally finished. Doctor, okay kids, you're finished UCNA, now go back to your mom, I will just wait for the results and be with you, okay? Both, okay doc. Both then ran and went to Inko, who was speaking with Toshinori on the phone. Inko, Toshi, the kids are already done, gonna talk to you later, bye. Toshi, okay dear, bye. Inko, are guys finished already? Both then said yes mom. The doctor said to wait until he's finished. Inko, okay sweeties. After a few minutes of waiting the doctor was finally finished with the results and called them back in. When the Yagis went inside they saw the doctor with a gloomy expression. Inko, so doctor, what is their quirk? Doctor, you want to hear the bad news first or the good one? The doctor said seriously. Inko was taken aback. How can there be a bad news? Inko, the bad news first. Doctor, well, sorry to say this, ma'am, but Izuku Yagi is quirkless. Izuku was shocked. He dropped his All Might figurine that he was holding and kept hearing the doctor's voice saying quirkless over and over again, but was brought back when Inko was about to ask the good news. He was hoping no, he was basically wishing in his mind that he hoped that Izumi will have a quirk. Inko, what about the good news? Doctor, the good news is that your daughter Izumi has a powerful telekinesis quirk with training. She can lift buildings that weighs 5 tons, and her drawback is the longer she used it she will nosebleed and will have headaches. Izuku was happy that Izumi had a quirk now that he was determined to train so that Izumi won't worry about him when they both become a hero. Inko's mood was changed. She was happy that Izumi has a very powerful quirk. Inko, you hear that Izumi, you're going to be a wonderful hero. Inko, who kept praising Izumi. The doctor then went to Izuku and picked up his All Might figurine. Doctor, kid, by the looks of it I know what will happen, but I will cheer for you. You don't need a quirk to be a hero, okay? Kid, and good luck. I believe you can do it, the doctor said, giving Izuku his All Might figurine. Izuku, goodbye, Doc. Doctor, goodbye, Izuku. The doctor then turned to a dark area of his office. Doctor, when are you gonna reveal yourself to your son Hisashi-sama? You know what will happen, right? To the boy. The man now known as Hisashi, wearing a strange outfit, suddenly came out and revealed himself. Hisashi, I know and I believe he will overcome it cause he's my son. Doctor, well, good luck to him. Hisashi, thank you for calling me here, Dr. Rhoda. Rhoda, you're welcome, Hisashi-sama. Hisashi then vanished in the thin air and looked at the picture he had. Hisashi, soon Izuku, I will get you, but not right now, I'm sorry, he said while a tear formed in his eyes. Time skip. The Yagi trio finally got home and was met by their father Toshinori, who was watching a TV. Toshinori, hey kids, so how is the doctor? Inko, well, Izuku is quirkless, but Izumi has a powerful telekinesis quirk. Toshinori looked at Izuku with pity, and when he heard that Izumi had a powerful quirk, it was quickly changed with an overjoyed face. Toshinori, you hear that, Izumi, you're going to be a powerful hero. Izuku, who saw this, immediately knew what was going to happen already and prepared himself to it. He then went upstairs while the three were celebrating. Izuku, I knew it, whelp. I just have to prepare for what's about to come. Chapter done. Now question. Why Izuku already knew what is going to happen to him? Well, in Mayo, Izuku is already very smart and knew other quirkless people, so he already knew what will happen. So yeah, thank you for reading. I'm going to try to update both of my books fast. And if there's anything wrong or you want to add PLSS, do comment it so that I can try to improve and add something that you want. After that day, Izuku was diagnosed quirkless. His life changed entirely. Izuku knew that his parents would neglect him, but he didn't know what else would happen to him. He is still happy that he has his sister and his friends. Morning. It was already Monday, and we can see Izuku getting his stuff ready for school. He then immediately went down and saw his mom, Izumi, and Toshinori eating. He then went to them to eat, but he didn't saw any food for him. It was only 3. Izuku, it started, huh? Izuku then went into the kitchen, opened the fridge, and grabbed a juice and some bread. When he was about to eat the bread, he was slapped by his mother, Inko. Inko, why are you eating the bread? It's for Izumi, said Inko, angry at Izuku. Izuku was shocked. He didn't know that his parents would also do this. He only thought they would only neglect him, nothing more, nothing less. But he was slapped by his mother just for eating. Izuku, I'm sorry. Izuku immediately put the bread and juice back into the fridge and went up, tears forming. It pains him. No, it hurted him that his mother would do this. He then wiped the tears immediately and went downstairs to go to school, but Inko and Izumi already left. Izuku, I guess I'll walk. Izuku then got outside of the house, then walked all the way to the school. Izumi POV. I am very excited today to show my quirk to everyone. I immediately got out of the car and waved goodbye to my mom. I then went inside the school gates and saw Bakuwa twins and the Todoroki twins. I waved at them. Izumi, hi everyone. Katsuki, hi Izumi. Weird, where's Nii-chan? Katsumi, Izumi, hi, where's Izu? Shoko, hi Mimi. Shoto, hi Izumi. Katsuki, so what quirk did you get? My old hag said you, and Nii-chan went to the doctor. Izumi, I have a very powerful version of my mom's quirk. The doctor said if I train more I could lift a 5-ton building, said Izumi happily. She got a powerful quirk. Shoko, what about Izu and II? What is his quirk? Why is he not here? Izumi, I don't know, maybe Nii-chan just overslept today and he's quirkless. All of them were shocked that their big brother Izuku is quirkless. Izumi, and he still wants to be a hero. I don't want him to die, Izumi said, tears forming in her eyes, worried of Izuku. If he might become a hero, he might die due to him being quirkless. Katsuki, what about we used our quirks on him, make him afraid of quirks, then he won't be a hero anymore, Katsuki said. Izumi, no, that's a bad idea. Heroes don't hurt people, Izumi said. Like both Shoka and Katuzumi agreed with her. Shoto, but think about it, if he's afraid of our quirk, he won't be a hero, and he won't die, and you three will still be with him. Shoto knew that his sister, Katsumi, and Izumi has a crush with Izuku. The three then both blush, but was bothered. They really don't want to hurt Izuku, but it was the best way, so that couldn't be a hero anymore. The three then agreed, but said not to the extent that Izuku will be injured. All of them then went to class. Izuku POV. Izuku finally arrived at the school and immediately went to the classroom. Izuku, hi teacher, I'm sorry for being late. Teacher, why are you late? Izuku, Izuku, I overslept. Teacher, okay, but I will only let go this once, don't do it again, okay? Izuku, hi. Teacher, okay, good, go seat then. Izuku then went into his seat, and the day went fine. During break, Izuku would always be in the library to read survival tip stuff and always analyze quirks. The day finally ended. We now can see Izuku sitting in the tree near the playground writing quirks in his notebook. He then saw his sister and his friends coming to him. Izuku, hi guys. Izumi, Oni-chan, do you still want to be a hero? Izuku, yes, more than any. Izuku was cut off by Katsuki and Katsumi firing an explosion on Izuku, and then Izuku was burned and froze, and he saw the Todoroki twins both using their quirks too, but what shocked him most, his sister used his quirk on him and slammed his body to the tree. He was shocked and badly hurt that they would do this. Izuku, Izumi, why? Said Izuku weakly. Because of the damage he has sustained. Izumi, because you still want to be a hero, and a quirkless person can never be a hero. Katsuki, yeah, you're just a useless nerd. Now the other laugh, including Izumi. Why don't we just call you Deku? The others then began calling him Deku. Izumi, you're just a useless Deku, you will never be a hero. The others then left him bleeding and with a second-degree burn, and his body was aching because of Izumi slamming him into the tree. He was on the ground broken. He didn't expect that Izumi would do this, and the others also. Izuku cried. He was hurt by his friends. He was betrayed by them, especially his sister, the one he always protected. Before he then immediately got up weakly because of the pain and walked home. Time skip. Izuku POV. I finally arrived home and saw my mom, my dad, and Izumi eating. I passed by them saying, but they didn't even notice me. It's okay, Izuku, I said to myself. I then went upstairs and got my first aid kit that I always have in my room. I then began patching myself up and slept. I didn't bother to eat because I would only be slapped again by mom. I then cried myself to sleep. Author's POV. Izuku cried himself to sleep, but he didn't know someone was in his room. When Izuku fell asleep, the mysterious guy then immediately showed himself and went to Izuku, tears fuming in his eyes. Hisashi, I'm so sorry, Izuku. Hisashi was sitting on Izuku's bed caressing his hair and immediately got up and kissed Izuku's forehead and left a gift for Izuku and left. Time skip. Morning. Izuku immediately wake up feeling warm and saw a gift in his table. Izuku, who is this from? He then opened it. Then he saw money, lots of money and books and how to do martial arts. Izuku was shocked. He though, in a letter. Dear Izuku, this is from your real father. I'm very sorry I couldn't be there, Izuku, my son, but I want you to train, use the books that I gave you, cause in a few years I will come and get you out in that hellhole. I will train you to become a hero, Izuku. I believe in you. From your father, Hisashi. Izuku was shocked, but was quickly overwritten with tears dropping in his eyes. His real father loves him, and he couldn't be more happy, and he still get him in a few years. Izuku then immediately hid everything, the money, and began to read the books. Izuku, thank you, Dad. Izuku then took some money and went to school. Everything was the same, but all of the students were calling him Deku, but he didn't care. He was going to be away from them when his dad finally get him. The day was the same as yesterday, but more people bullied him, only verbal, but his former friends and his former sitter would always beat him up using their quirks. Time skips 6 years later. We now see Izuku in his room lifting weights and began doing some moves. He was jacked, ripped, his body littered with scars. It would be abnormal for a 10-year-old kid like him, but it was necessary so that he could sustain and tank the damage that Izumi and the others do. During the last 6 years, Izuku read the book his father gave him and kept waiting for him, never giving up. He kept training and on every birthday his father would always send him gifts. Flashback 3 years ago. It was Izuku's birthday. Izuku was excited. Why? Because it would always be the day where his real father Hisashi would leave him gifts, and maybe his father would finally get him. Izuku was waiting till midnight cause Hisashi would always come out at night and leave him the gifts. He was fake sleeping. Then Hisashi finally arrived, putting the gift in Izuku's table. Izuku then immediately surprised Hisashi by hugging him. Izuku, Dad, you're finally here, Izuku said, hugging Hisashi. Hisashi then turned around and put Izuku on the bed and sat with him. Hisashi, happy birthday, son. I'm sorry I couldn't be there for you. Izuku, it's okay, Dad. I know you're busy with your job. Hisashi was surprised his son was understanding. No, was very mature. Hisashi, only few years left. Izuku, I can finally get you out of here. So can you wait until then, my son? Izuku, yes, Dad, I'll wait for you. Hisashi, and Izuku again, happy birthday, but I'm sorry I have to go, by my son. Izuku, bye, Dad. Hisashi then vanished. Izuku was shocked his father vanished. Izuku, what quirk does Dad have? Izuku immediately opened the gift and saw 20,000 dollars, wristband, a cloth, and a pants with letter. Dear Izuku, happy birthday, my dear son, and I want you to give you these. These are weighted clothes. Each can change their weights. You can change their weights just by tapping a number on the side of the clothes. You can see buttons there. I want you to always wear these while training and in everywhere you go. Again, happy birthday, a few more years left, and it'll get you. Love, Hisashi. Izuku immediately put on the weights and tap out the numbers. He then continued training until he passed out. Flashback end. In that day, Izuku would always wait for his father every birthday and talk to him. He found out that he and his father were very much alike, both like Katsudon, and both have similar faces, and many more. Izuku POV. I was now going to school wearing the weighed clothes father gave me. I was now lifting 10 tons on my wrist and 20 tons on my clothes and pants, so totally, I am carrying 60 tons. I arrived at school, same thing happened to Izumi, and the others always bullied me, but someone came and stopped them. It was a girl with permanent blush in her face. Izuku. She looks familiar. I then remembered her when we went to the doctor. Her Ami was Ochako. Ochako. Hey, stop, why are you bullying him? Katsuki. Oh look, someone's saving the useless Deku. Katsuki and the others laugh. Katsuki. If you don't want to be beaten up, round face, get out of here, said Katsuki, popping small explosions in his hand. But Ochako stood her grounds. Ochako, no. Izuku. Why are you helping me get out of here? You would only get hurt. Ochako. No, I can't let someone get bullied. One of the teacher arrived and immediately stopped the fight. Izuku's tormentors left. Katsuki. Don't you think this is over, you quirkless freak? Ochako and Izuku were now alone. Izuku. Thank you for saving me there, but you shouldn't have done that. Now Katsuki and his friends would get you too. Ochako. You're welcome, and I don't care, that's what heroes do, save everyone. Izuku. Don't you remember me? Ochako was confused why the guy she saved asked her that, but then she remembered. Ochako. Are you Izuku Yagi? Izuku. Oh, so you remember Ochako-san, said Izuku, smiling. Ochako. What happened? Why is your sister hurting you with those guys? Izuku then began telling Ochako of what had happened in his life. Ochako began to cry of what Izuku went through, but she was also happy that his father was there for him. Ochako. Crying, why? Why would she do that to you? And your parents? Izuku. Don't cry, it's okay, and past that already. Ochako. Still crying, but still but was quickly cut off by Izuku hugging him. Izuku. I told you in past that already, besides I've been training, you know those attacks doesn't even hurt anymore. Ochako. But still you should fight back. Izuku. Now I let them have their fun, but when I get into UA I'll deal with them. Ochako. So you're going to UA too? Izuku. Yes, and what's your quirk? Ochako. My quirk is zero gravity. I can nullify the gravity of the ones that I touched. Izuku. That's a cool quirk, said Izuku. Ochako. The drawback is that the longer I nullify the object gravity, I started to get dizzy and throw up. Izuku. It's still cool. Thought you could train yourself by spinning around and around while using your quirks on object. It would increase your resistance to the dizziness, said Izuku. Ochako wide eyes cause she never thought of doing that kind of training. Ochako. Thank you so much, Izuku. Ochako hugged Izuku. Both began to blush. Ochako. Do you want to hang out tomorrow? Izuku. Sure, what time? Ochako. At 10 a.m. we'll meet here. Izuku. Okay, both began to get up and walk with each other side by side. Izuku walked Ochako home. Ochako, pick me up here, and here my phone number, sighed Ochako, blushing. Izuku, okay, I'll call you when I get home, and see you tomorrow. After this day, they began hanging out until 5 months later. Izuku finally asked Ochako to be his girlfriend, and Ochako accepted it. Both began hanging out more and keep going on date and sometimes train together. Time skip 2 years later. This last 2 years for Izuku has been fun, and Izuku now was very happy that he got to be with Ochako, but for the last couple of weeks Izuku noticed Ochako is very distant from him. Lately Izuku would ask Ochako out, but Ochako replies with not right now, maybe next time, okay, I'm busy. Time skip morning. It was Izuku's exciting day because it was his birthday. He would finally get to see his father again. He was happy, and he quickly got downstairs and go to his GF home. But before that he bought a bouquet of flowers and roses and a locket with a picture of both of them together. Time exip. Izuku then arrived at Ochako's house. He was about to knock when he heard Ochako screaming. Izuku thought Ochako was in danger. He immediately broke down the door and ran into Ochako's bedroom, only to see Ochako naked with a guy. Izuku was broken. He dropped the flowers and the locket. Ochako saw Izuku and was going to explain, but Izuku ran. Ochako, Izuku and I can explain. Izuku was already far gone. Izuku POV. Why? I love her. I gave her everything. I thought she was the one. Kept running and running until got into the house. Immediately went to my bedroom. I cried the whole day. Seeing my phone had a lot of missed calls from Ochako and messages saying I can explain PLSS talk to me, but I decided to ignore it. Izuku. Why? I love her. Why would she do this? Did I do something wrong? Was I not enough? I cried and kept wishing for the pain to end. Time exip at night. Izuku was sleeping. ADN Hisashi arrive and say many wet tissues, and Izuku sleep talking. Izuku, why I loved you, why? Hisashi then woke Izuku up. Hisashi. Izuku. Izuku, wake up. Izuku. Wake up. Izuku finally woke up. Hisashi saw Izuku's eyes broken, filled with sadness and heartache. Hisashi. Son, what happened? Worried for Izuku. Izuku. Dad, PLSS, get me out of here already. I don't not to be here anymore, please. Izuku kept begging to his father, crying to take him with him. Hisashi was shocked at Izuku. He was never this broken before. He was worried and angry at who caused his son to be this broken. Hisashi. I will take you, my son, but PLSS, tell me what happened. Izuku then began telling him about Ochako and him to say that Hisashi was mad. No, he was very pissed and angry at what the girl did to his son, and also mad at Inko for not taking care of Izuku. Hisashi. I will take you tomorrow. Someone will come here for you. Her name will be Vados, and will take you to my house, okay? So for now, sleep. You're tired. Open your gifts tomorrow. Izuku nodded and went back to sleep. Hisashi. This pain will end tomorrow. Hisashi then called someone. Unknown character. Yes, Hisashi-sama. Hisashi. Oniza, glad you picked up. I want you to talk to the Yagis, Bakugwos, and the Todorokis and talk to the Urarakas to investigate them, punish them, said Hisashi, very pissed. Nizu. May I ask why, Hisashi-sama? Hisashi then told Nizu about his son and how they treated him for being quirkless, and how shocked Nizu was when he found out All Might neglected Izuku too, as well as Inko. Nizu was very pissed. Nizu. Don't worry, Hisashi-sama, we were already about to go there tomorrow to celebrate Izumi's birthday. Hisashi. I will be there too to beat those up. Nizu. Okay, Hisashi-sama, I'm so sorry of what happened to Izuku. Nizu was very pissed. Because Izuku was his favorite nephew, he was very smart for his age, and the one who could only challenge Nizu in a chess. Hisashi. Okay, Nizu, see you tomorrow. Nizu. Then see you tomorrow too, Hisashi-sama. Hisashi then end the call. Nizu. I feel sorry for you. All Might, welp, let's just hope he won't destroy them too much. Nizu laughed maniacally of what's about to fall onto the family. Izuku POV. I am still broken at what Ochako no Uraraka did to me, but it didn't hurt much now. But also I'm excited I'm finally getting out of this hellhole today. I was getting my uniform ready to go to school. Time skip. Izuku was now in the school. The day went the same. His former sister and friends were bullying him, but he didn't feel anything anymore. Their attack were just that weak, and Ochako kept trying to talk to him, but he just ignored her. But now the day finally ended and Izuku was excited. He was about to go home when Izumi and the Odors stopped him. Izumi, where do you think you're going, Deku? Izuku stayed silent, but was sponged by Katsuki in the face. Katsuki. Talk, you, Deku, or do I have to put you in your place again? Izuku had enough. It was already his last day here, so he immediately fought back, breaking Katsuki's wrist and ribs. Everyone was shocked. He did that. Katsuki cried in pain and was helped up by Katsumi and the others. Izumi, why did you do that? Oni-chan, but was cut off by Izuku punching her shoulder, dislocating it. Izuku, don't you ever call me that. We were Neve family. The others saw how Izuku beat Izumi, immediately attacked Izuku. But Izuku beat them up. They were in pain. Both Shoko and Shoto's arm were broken, and Katsumi was the same as Katsuki. They were all shocked except Katsuki. He was supposed to be stronger than Deku, but he was on the ground crying and in pain. Izuku, I will now stop holding back on all of you, cause when I get into UA, don't even think that I will let you beat me, cause I will do the same thing I did to you now, and you so better watch your backs. And also this will be last time you will see me before we see each other again at Udade. Izuku, bye. Izumi was shocked, then she realized what she has done and cried in the ground, saying, I'm sorry, Oni-chan. The others were livid at what happened. Izuku was shouldering back to them before, but now he's not. They were shocked at his strength and were pissed at how the hell he gets strong like that. Izuku POV. It felt good finally putting those in their places, but now I have to go. I am excited. I finally can be with my dad. I immediately hurried home. After beating them up, I arrived home and saw Inko preparing birthday cake for Izumi, and Izuku immediately went upstairs. When he go to the room, he immediately write a letter for them and packs his stuff. After an hour of waiting, someone teleported inside Izuku's room. He saw a beautiful girl with blue skin and a halo surrounding his neck. Vados, young master Izuku, I came to pick you up by the order of Hisashi-sama, the god of creation and destruction. Izuku was shocked. The girl just said that his father was a god. Izuku, what? My father is a god, I said, shock. Vados, yes, now come along, young master, we have to go. Izuku then nodded and got his staff. Izuku, I am ready now. Vados nodded, then hold Izuku's hand, both then vanish in thin air. Meanwhile, downstairs, Izumi finally arrived at the house with her friends and decided to apologize to Izuku. Flashback, when Izumi and the others got up and walked home. Izumi was now thinking how to apologize to Izuku. Izumi, it's all our fault if we didn't beat him up, Izumi cried, saying. Shoka and Katsumi cried too. They loved Izuku, but they drive Izuku to the point that he won't even care about them getting hurt. While Katsuki and Shoto were now scared of Izuku and now were reconsidering of what they did to him. Izumi, let's apologize to him today when we get home. All of them agreed, and then all of them walked home. Flashback end. When Izumi and her friends opened the door, she saw her parents, Uncle Nizu, Uncle Mike, Auntie Midnight, Grandpa Torino, Grandma Chio, Bakugwo's parents, Todoroki's parents, also Natsuo, Fuyumi, and Tuya, and why is Ochako here? Inko POV. When they arrived, I saw Izumi, my baby girl, and her friends beaten up, and see them holding their broken arms. I immediately got worried and ran to her with my husband Toshi. Inko, Izumi, what happened? Hey, are you and your friend hurt? Izumi, we fell, mom, on the stairs. Inko, okay, dear, but be careful next time, okay? Recovery girl then healed them, and Niza knew they didn't fell on the stairs. The injuries were too accurate, and the others knew also that they lied except for Masaru, Mitsuki, Tashinori, Inko, and Fuyumi. After that, they began celebrating Izumi's birthday, and Aizawa noticed why Izuku isn't here, so she then went towards Inko. Aizawa, Inko, where is Izuku? Inko, who? Aizawa was shocked. His sister forgot about Izuku. Aizawa, Inko, your son Izuku, my nephew, where is he? Aizawa shouted, angry and pissed. Inko then realized who he was talking about. Inko, oh, Izuku, he's out with his friends right now. Aizawa knew Inko was clearly lying, so Aizawa head upstairs to Izuku's room and knocked, but no one answered, so he opened the door only to see there were no stuff inside. It was empty, and he found a note on the table, and he reads it, and was pissed. He kept reading only for his anger to rise. Each and every word he read, he quickly came downstairs and shouted, Aizawa, what the hell is wrong with you two? Aizawa, who activated his quirk, punching both Inko and Tashinori, beating them to a pulp. Izumi, uncle, what are you doing? Stop, you're hurting them. Izumi shouted while crying, seeing her parents beaten up. Nizu, Midnight then nodded and used her quirk toward Aizawa, knocking him out. Nizu then picked up the letter Aizawa held and was pissed, because it was a very detailed letter of how Izuku's life was. Dear Yagis, Bakugwa twins, Todoroki twins, and Ochako. I would like to say this you all. I am finally free this hellhole you called house. My dad, not Tashinori, my real father Hisashi Midoriya, got me out of that hellhole, and when I return don't expect mercy for me, cause you're not getting it. I've been holding back everything you have done to me. Now I'm gonna pay you full price. That was just the glimpse of what I could do to you Yagis, Bakuwa twins, and Todoroki twins. Now to the Yagis. First, Inko Yagi, the one who was supposed to take care of me, neglected me and slapped me for taking a food out of the fridge. Now tell me what kind of mother does that to his son? Oh, I know, a shitty greedy rear one. You quickly neglect me when I was diagnosed quirkless, and you even cheated on dad with this buffoon of muscle for head. Oh, I know who he is. Dad told me who Tashinori is, and you two, I can't believe you two are heroes. Is that why there are many fakes now? And to you Tashinori, a once quirkless child who was given the power from my grandmother Nana Shimura, I would love to see the look in your face Tashinori. You know Inko was Shimura before he was adopted by Uncle Aizawa's parents. Ha 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 ha. I really love to see your face in despair when you find out. I don't know why my grandma chooses you. You, a dad who neglected a quirkless child, not even batting an eye on him, not even spending time, and the worst is that you and I were the same quirkless. To me, you are just the biggest fake of all. You already forgotten your roots. You were once quirkless, and you didn't even care. Tell me what would happen if my grandma knows what you did about you neglecting me, her grandson. I bet she's rolling her grave right now. Ha ha ha, I hope you rot in hell. And now to your pride and joy, Izumi, a bully, a traitor, most of all my fake sister. We aren't even related to begin with. Why did I even protect you when we were a child? Inko isn't even your real mother. Haha, what a situation. This is the real son was born out of the womb but was neglected by someone who isn't even her daughter. Haha. But Izumi, you remember what I said right after I beat you and your friends up? Watch your back when you get into Udata. Now the letter is getting long. So, to the Todoroki twins and Bakuwa twins, just like Izumi, watch your backs. I love all of you three girls before, but now it is replaced by hatred. I hate all of you, especially you Katsuki. You think you're strong. You don't even hurt me. I just keep holding back on you. Your explosion doesn't even hurt. It makes me laugh that someone like you has a great quirk when you're that weak. Ha. And now to my ex-GFO Chaco, a slot. I wonder how many men you have now slept with. Ha 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 ha. Or is it the same men? You, out of all the people I loved you the most, but you took it for granted and keep sleeping with other men behind my back. Now, when I get into you, I don't even talk to me, cause I don't talk to wares and uncles, aunties, and Natsuo and I. Fuyumi, Tuya and I. Thank you for helping me, and thank you for feeding me. You all are the best. And Uncle Aizawa, I don't blame you. You were busy with hero work, and I know these two idiotic parents would lie to you about how I was. So I'm gonna be staying with my father now. Even if you look for me, I'm long gone. I just found out that my father is a god. Now you wait, he'll have my revenge. Yours truly, Izuku Midoriya. Everyone now was crying and pissed at the Yagis. Ray POV. After I read the letter, I can't believe it. My son and daughter bullied him. I don't want to believe it. I then look at my daughter Shoko and my son Shoto. Ray, is this true? Both didn't ask nor only looked down their head. So it's true. Did I raise them wrong? Ray was crying and was comforted by Endeavor. Enji, when we get home, you will be training your own quirk. We will not train you nor help you. You will cook your own food and get jobs your own. And lastly, you will be stripped of the recommendation that I was about to give to Nizu. Enji gave both his daughter and son a look full of disgust and anger. Tuya was angry at what his siblings did to Izuku. Was the one who helped Tuya with his flames, controlling it better so that he would not get burned. He was now a hero thanks to Izuku. Tuya, don't even look at me and talk to me as of now. You're not my siblings. Tuya then walked out with the Bakugwas. Mitsuki, who was fuming mad at what she heard, cried that her children caused this to Izuku. Masaru, who was always silent, snapped when they heard what they did and quickly went and beating the hell out Katsuki and Katsumi. Masaru, from now on you'll be wearing quirk bracelet and will go to school quirkless. You will have your allowance cut off. You will work for your own money. You will cook for your own. And lastly, if your mother and I calls you, you come immediately because I've been lenient on you for too long. And if I ever hear you call your mom old hag, I will kick you out of the house. Do you hear me? Both were silent. Masaru, I said, do you hear me? Both, yes, Dad. Both cried, but Katsuki was angry of himself because of what happened if he didn't suggest what would have happened. Masaru then went to Mitsuki, comforting her. Gran Torino POV. After I heard what was written in the letter, I was in distraught and in disbelief. My grandson was suffering all alone by the hands of my granddaughter, and her friends and Tashinori the boy I helped raised and trained ignored his son who was quirkless like him. I feel ashamed because he didn't turn out what I raised him to be. It aches my heart. I thought he would have formed a relationship with his son. I guess I was wrong. Gran Torino. Toshi, I didn't raise you to be like this. How could you ignore Izuku? Furious Gran Torino kicked Tashinori on the face. Tashinori. I didn't mean to, Dad. I'm sorry. I failed. Tashinori cried. Gran Torino. Did that rank of yours got into your head, huh, Tashinori? Tashinori only kept crying, didn't answer. Gran Torino. And who were you going to give the quirk to? Tashinori. Izumi. Gran Torino then looks at Izumi. Gran Torino. And you? What has gotten into your head to bully your brother? Did that quirk of yours gotten into your head too? Izumi. We only did it because he wanted to be a hero without a quirk and we were afraid that he would die. Aizawa, who just woke up, heard what Izumi said and was furious. Aizawa, you think that's a valid reason just to hurt somebody? What about me, brat? My quirk only erase quirks, not mutation ones. Tell me, I could have trained him to become a hero. I am basically fighting quirkless. Aizawa yelled at Izumi, who was crying, and kept saying, I'm sorry, Aizawa, then looked at Inko. Aizawa, and you tell me why I neglected your son? Inko didn't answer. Aizawa, answer me. Inko, I thought he needed space. Okay, I didn't know what to do. Rei and Mitsuki heard what Inko said, and was furious. Quickly went to Inko and slapped her. Rei, you should have comforted him. He was a sweet young boy. Now look at what you've done. Rei, who was yelling at Inko. Mitsuki, how could you do this, Inko? He was a sweet child. I'm happy he is with his father. Nizu, who was listening the entire time, finally spoke. Nizu, someone will be here, and I suggest you speak with respect. Nizu, who said, clearly pissed and angry at the Yagis. Then suddenly a man appeared in the room, a man who looked like Izuku but older. Hisashi. Hi, Inko, said Hisashi with venom in his voice, saying Inko's name. Last chapter. Hisashi. Hi, Inko, Hisashi said with venom in his words. Continuation. Now we see the Yagi house full of shocked faces, especially Inko Yagi. She was shocked that Hisashi was here, her ex-husband, the one who she left for Tashinori Yagi, or the hero known as All Might, was here looking at her, pissed for what she did and her family to his son Izuku. Inko, Hisashi, why are you here? Where's my baby boy? Inko said, stuttering, still shocked that Hisashi suddenly appeared in the room. Hisashi. You know well why I'm here, Inko. And I took Izuku. He was suffering here because of you and those monsters. Hisashi, pointing at All Might and the kids. All Might, give me back my son, you villain. All Might, who got up, saw Hisashi, immediately went into his buff form and tried to attack Hisashi. Keyword. Tried. When All Might got to Hisashi's face and tried to attack him, he was suddenly thrown in the wall. Izumi and Inko then went to the broken wall and see All Might knocked out again. Hisashi, you mean my son? Trash. Might, Hisashi said with rage, went into his god of destruction form. All of the people there immediately felt the aura Hisashi was emitting, and all of them were trying so hard to breath, and Nizu immediately bowed down. Hisashi, this is my warning to you all. Hurt my son, and it's your death. You're lucky Izuku told me not to kill you all. Izumi, sir, please let me see my Oni-chan. We want to apologize to him. Please, sir, Izumi said, crying. Hisashi, and why would I let you see him? You've done enough damage to my son. You think I would let you hurt him again? Hisashi said to Izumi with rage and malice in his words. Hisashi then looks at Nizu. Hisashi, Nizu, tell the government to revoke the parental right of Inko Yagi. Hisashi said to Nizu, who nodded, and Inko, who was begging not to. Hisashi, then tell me a reason why I shouldn't do that? Inko, I want to be his mother again. Hisashi, please don't take him. Hisashi, you're too late for that, Inko. You neglected him for your stepdaughter, who you never carried in your stomach. Inko, you carried Izuku for 9 months, and you suddenly forgot that he existed. Don't talk to me again. Don't associate yourself with my son. And lastly, I hope you all rot in hell, especially you cheating slut. Hisashi said, pointing at Ochako. Hisashi, thanks to you yesterday, I visited Izuku. He was broken. That was the first time I saw him, begging hard for me to take him already. I hope you will get what's coming for you all. Hisashi then vanished out of thin air, and everyone can breathe normally as the aura was gone. Then Nizu looks at the Yagis and the tormentors, who was sobbing. Nizu, now for your punishment. Tashinori and Inko, you will do community service for 3 years, same as he kids, and the kids will always wear a quirk canceling bracelets and are not allowed to take them off even at the school, and the house, and the recommendation will be revoked, and your payment will be cut to 80%, and you will not get paid when you start working at UA. And as for you, Ms. Uraraka, you're lucky. Izuku is a kind-hearted boy. If not, you would already been blacklisted, and the others too, but your punishment will be you will be on probation for 1 year when you become a hero, and the other kids will be on 5-year probation when they become heroes. Now, do I make myself clear? No one answered, and Nizu was pissed. Nizu, I said, do I make myself clear? Nizu shouted, angry and frustrated. Everyone except the ones who took care of Izuku. Hai. Nizu. Good, now let's go. Aizawa, who nodded, both left, and soon after everyone left, leaving the Yagis alone, broken and crying that they lost Izuku. Meanwhile, Izuku, who was teleported outside a big mansion. Izuku jaws dropped, shocked that his father owns a freaking mansion. Vados, who saw Izuku, shock, giggle because he was too cute. Vados, young master, let's go inside, Vados said. Izuku, okay, and call me Izuku. Vados, and I really don't like formalities. Vados, okay, Izuku-sama. Izuku, I said no formalities. Sai, let's go inside, Vados-san. Both then went inside. When Izuku got in, he was immediately hugged by a woman with blonde hair and purple eyes. Unknown character. Hi Izuku, I am glad you're finally here, the women said, hugging Izuku. Izuku, I'm sorry, but who are you? It feels warm getting hugged by her. Unknown character. Oh, I am Hisashi's wife, Yutakiyama, the girl, now known as you, let go of Izuku. Izuku, so you're my new mom? Izuku said, hoping that you will. Yes. You. If you want to, then I will become the best mom you have, you said, nervously, thinking that Izuku might not like her as a mother figure. Izuku then starts crying cause he finally also have a mom. Even if they just met, Izuku felt safe and warm with her like a true mother due to their child. Izuku. Thank you, Mom. Izuku, overwhelmed with happiness that he is now a mother. You. There, my sweet boy, I am here now. You kept hugging Izuku until Izuku stops crying. Vados, who was in the side, was holding back a bit of tears in her. Vados. So sad that he has to go through that kind of life. Izuku then stopped crying, and for the first time smiled widely. The first time he had widely smile, even Ochako and Hisashi never get Izuku to smile like that. Are you okay now, Izuku? Izuku. Yes, Mom, Izuku said happily. Then Izuku looked around. Izuku, Mom, where's Dad? He's doing something right now, but he will be back later. Okay, for now, let's go to your new room, you said. Izuku. Okay, Mom, Izuku said, happy and excited that he is finally away from the ones who hurt him. Both then walk and arrived at Izuku's outside his new bedroom. Are you excited? Me and Hisashi picked the things you might want and put it there in your room. Izuku. Yes, Mom. Izuku sighed, excited to see his new room. Izuku then opened his door and was shocked. His room, he saw a couch in the middle of the room. So this is your living room. Come, I'll show you even more awesome. Izuku, who heard his mom said more awesome than this, followed her to another room of his room, and both then opened it. Izuku was shocked. He didn't knew his father would be this rich. This is your gaming room, and we bought you 2 PC. So if you'd like a change of environment in playing, so we bought you 2. Izuku was so happy he gets to have a compute and an arcade. Izuku really loves playing arcade, but he never really gets to play because he was focused on his training, but now he is not only 1, but 2 high-end PC and a whole arcade. Izuku. Thank you, Mom. Thank you. Izuku hugs you. You're welcome, dear. We want you to have your best interest at heart. But now let's go to your bathroom, and finally your bedroom. And Izuku sped off, going to the bathroom excitedly. So this is your bathroom, Izuku. Izuku was very shocked. A bathroom could be as big. Izuku. Mom, is it really okay? I know Dad is rich, but isn't this too much, Mom? Izuku said, worried of her parents spending too much on him. Oh, it's okay, Izuku. I know you're worried, but your dad is very rich. He owns a lot of companies and corporations, so don't worry, okay? And nothing's too much. It's for you, Izuku. You never had a very good childhood, and we want to give it back to you. Izuku, who heard what his mom said, cried again, cause he's past never spend things on him, only on Izumi. He was very happy. He gets to experience this also. Izuku. Sniff. Thank you, Mom. Sniff. It's okay, sweetie. Just let it out. Izuku finally done crying. Izuku. I'm sorry if I keep crying, Mom. It's okay, Izuku. I'm always here for you, got it. But now let's go to your bedroom. Are you excited? Izuku. Yes, Mom. Izuku said, wiping a few tears in his eyes. Both then went into the final room. He was very excited and nervous, cause she was the one who picked the bed, the pillows, the bedsheet, the clothes, everything inside Izuku's bedroom. She was the one who picked, and was worried if Izuku might not like it. What if he don't like it? Will he hate me? Please, I hope he likes it, you said in her mind. Izuku then opened the door and was speechless. You sees Izuku speechless and was worried if he didn't like it. Izuku, do you like it? Izuku, I don't like it. You heard Izuku said, and was sad. Izuku, I love it. You then starts to cry. His son loves the room. Izuku, who saw his mom, cried, thinking he did something wrong. Izuku, Mom, are you okay? I'm sorry if I did anything wrong. No, sweetie, I'm just happy you like the room. Izuku, not like Mom, I love it. My baby boy loves the room. You continued crying happily as Izuku was happy that he has a new family. After a few minutes, you then stops crying and told Izuku she will prepare dinner and left Izuku, then starts unpacking the stuff he brought. Time skip dinner. Izuku was playing in the new game room. He was trying out every arcade game there and stopped when he heard someone knocked on the door. Izuku, Hisashi is here and dinner is ready. You then went downstairs to prepare the food. Izuku, who heard what his mom said, immediately stops playing and went downstairs. When he got downstairs, he was surprised by his dad, his new mom, and Vados, who was holding a cake. Trio, happy birthday Izuku/Izuku-sama. Izuku cried cause there was really no one who celebrated his birthday except his dad and his Exo-Chaco. They were the only ones who celebrated his birthday, and now he is now a mom that surprised him with his dad and Vados, saying his family was complete. Izuku, thank you, Mom and Dad, I love you. Both. We love you too, sweetie. Both kissed Izuku's cheeks, and Izuku then went to Vados. Izuku, thank you for celebrating my birthday, Vados, Sin Izuku said happily. Vados, no problem, Izuku-sama. Izuku pouted cause he really don't want Vados to call him that. Izuku never really likes formalities. Izuku then smiled and hugged Vados, who blushed. Hisashi, and you saw this. Hisashi, I am proud of you, my boy. Hisashi, who was crying that Izuku made Vados, who was always serious and a bit emotionless, blushed by Izuku hugging her. You, grandbabies, yes. Hisashi, who saw the look of you, shivered a bit. Hisashi, I hope you survive in the near future. Wallet. No, don't let her touch my babies. Hisashi, who heard something crying in his pocket, but shrugged it off and celebrated Izuku's birthday. Third-person POV. It was already early morning. Izuku woke up comfy because of the softness of his new bed and pillow. He quickly did a morning yawn and stretch, getting ready for today's hellish training to become his father's successor. Flashback yesterday. As they were celebrating Izuku's birthday, Izuku remembers at what Vados said. Izuku, Dad, Vados and said you're a god of destruction and creation. What quirks do you have? Hisashi, well, Izuku, us gods don't have quirk. We have something more powerful. We use God Ki. Izuku, what's God Ki? Hisashi, well, first let me explain what's Ki first. Ki is the life force energy we use to do things like fly, make blast, and many things. God Ki, however, is a unique Ki used by us gods and their angel companions. Izuku got the jizz of what's Ki and God Ki and was shocked that with Ki, he can do anything. Izuku, is Ki stronger than quirks? Hisashi, yes, with Ki you can even destroy worlds and universe. Izuku was shocked that Ki is more powerful. Izuku, so Dad, you said gods and their angels, so who's your angel companion? Hisashi, oh, Vados here is my partner. Izuku, what? Vados-san is an angel. Hisashi, yes, son. Izuku, can you train me in Ki? Hisashi, sure, I was going to ask you if you want me to train you tomorrow, but be prepared, the training is going to be hell. Izuku, I will be ready and become a hero that saves everyone. Izuku said, eyes filled with fiery will of determination. Hisashi, and you, who heard his new son said, smiled and proud. Hisashi, what about not being a hero but a god? Izuku's eyes widened when he heard what his father said. Izuku, what? I can be a god too? Hisashi, yes, I choose you as my successor in both place as the god creation and also destruction. I've been wanting to tell you this since when I first met you, and also you have God Ki. Izuku, what, I have God Ki? Hisashi, yes, you have. You are my son, so it's natural for you to have God Ki because I'm your dad. Izuku, then I act it, I will become the best god there is. Hisashi looks at Izuku with a proud smile, while Vados and you smiled at Izuku. You, well, that's enough talking, we still have to celebrate, who hugged and kissed Hisashi. Hisashi, well, let's celebrate. Flashback end. Izuku was now downstairs eating his breakfast quickly so that he could start training. You. Izuku, sweetie, slow down. There's still more time before you start training. Yuhu told Izuku to slow down cause he might choke. Izuku. Okay, mom. Izuku then finished eating and went outside and saw Hisashi waiting for him. Izuku. Good morning, Dad. Hisashi. Morning, son. Now are you ready? Izuku. Yes, Dad. Hisashi. Okay, now first things first, let's get you started with ki, first not godki. Izuku. Why, Dad? Hisashi. Biksu, if you use godki now you will die. Izuku, wide-eyed, if he used godki now he would have died. Hisashi. Now let's get you started first. As I explained before, ki is your latent life force energy. They can be manipulated and also allow you to sense other ki or life force of other beings around you. Now, all you need to do to obtain it is by meditating, so start meditating. Izuku then starts meditating. Hisashi. Now calm your mind and concentrate, feel your surroundings, feel the ki. Izuku then tries to feel his surroundings and try to feel his ki, but nothing. He tries and tries until a few hours he feels it. Izuku. Dad, I feel it. I felt my ki. Izuku said, excited. He can feel his surroundings. Hisashi. Good, keep feeling it, and once you really get the hold of it, I want you to try concentrating your ki to both of your hands when you get the hold of it, okay? Izuku nods and starts feeling it again. After a few minutes, he tries to concentrate his ki on both of his hands, and only a little light came out, meaning he still hasn't got the hold of his ki after a few minutes. Hisashi. Izuku, let's stop first. You can try again tomorrow. Izuku nodded his head down, sad that he disappointed his father. Hisashi, who saw this, kneel to Izuku's level and hugged him. Hisashi. Izuku, you can always try tomorrow or later. Even when I first did this, it took me 1 month to really get a hold of it. Izuku. I just want to make you proud of me. I feel like I just disappointed you, Izuku said, tears starting to form in his eyes. He doesn't want his father, the one who gave him a new family and a new life, be disappointed in him. Hisashi. I am already proud of you, Izuku, and no, I'm not disappointed at you, never. Hisashi, who hugged Izuku, quickly gets up. Hisashi. Now, Izuku, we can always try tomorrow, okay? But for now, let's get your training get going. Izuku. Hi, Izuku said, wiping the tears in his eyes. Hisashi. Izuku, for now you already a bit fit. I can feel your muscles growing, but still you have to keep doing your training with this. Hisashi then gave Izuku a paper and a weighted clothes different from the ones Hisashi gave him. Those weighted clothes that Hisashi gave him only had a limit of 500 kilograms, but the clothes right now has no limit. Hisashi. These clothes are different from the ones I gave you. This one has no limits of how much weight you want to apply to it. Now, I want you to adjust it to 1 ton each clothes and always wear them every day from now on, and the paper will be your regiment. Paper. Push-ups, 100. Sit-ups, 100. Lift a 10-ton truck for 1 hour. Run 10-round lap around the mansion. Meditate for 2 hours. Izuku was shocked. His training is hard back. Then with his weight, he would only do 50 each per day, but now it was harder also because he has to lift a 1-ton truck for an hour. Hisashi. Now, Izuku, don't tell your mother about the weighted clothes and 1-ton truck. Izuku. Why can't I tell Mom, Dad? Hisashi. If you tell her, I would be killed already by her. Izuku didn't get it and just said, Izuku. Okay, Dad, I won't tell Mom. Unknown character. Won't tell me what? Hisashi, who heard, paled and saw you smiling at him. You. Izuku, what did your father told you to not tell me? Izuku, who saw his father looking at, shaking his head sideways. Izuku then smiled. Hisashi, who saw this, was nervous. Izuku. Dad told me that I won't tell you about my training. You. And why is that? Hisashi, care to tell me why? Hisashi. It's because I'm Hisashi, who couldn't get a reason as to why not tell you about Izuku's training regiment, was stuttering, trying to find a reason. You, who saw the paper Izuku was holding. You. Izuku, dear, what is that paper you're holding? Hisashi paled even more. He's gonna die. Izuku. It's the training regiment Papa gave me, Mom. You. Oh, can you please give me the paper, my baby boy? Izuku looks at Hisashi, shaking his head no to Izuku. Don't give you the paper. Izuku smiled at Hisashi, who was paling and shaking. Izuku. Here you go, Mom. Izuku gives the paper. You then reads the paper and was getting angry at what she read and calls Hisashi, who was trying to escape from the wrath of his wife. You. Hisashi, dear, come with me for a sec. You then looks at Izuku. You. Izuku, dear, can you please go to your room? Me and your dad have things to talk about. Izuku. Okay, Mom, waving his hand goodbye to his mom and dad, smiling. Hisashi, who saw Izuku's evil smile, was shaking that his son left him with his mother. Hisashi. Izuku, you traitor. You. Now Hisashi, what is this that I read 1-ton truck? Hisashi. Because trying to talk, but was stuttering, afraid of her wife. Then Izuku came back. Izuku. Mom, Dad also gave me these weighted clothes. He told me to wear 1 ton each clothes. Izuku then left after he told her mom. Hisashi. Why Izuku, my son, why? You. Hoso. Hisashi cared to explain. Hisashi paled even more. He saw his wife smile, but behind her was an evil Oni looking at him. Hisashi. Dear, we can talk about this, right? You. Yes, we talk about this, dear, with you shouting. Izuku, who got into his room, heard loud shouts of his dad coming from outside. Izuku shivered in thoughts. Mom is scary, best not to anger mom. After a few hours of hearing shouts, Izuku was called down to eat dinner. Izuku immediately went down and saw a beat-up Hisashi who was glaring dagger at him for leaving him behind, and a smiling Yu who was putting the food. Hisashi, why did you left me? Izuku. It's your fault, not mine. Izuku looked away at Hisashi, who was fuming, but was quickly stopped by Yu, who hit his head. You. Stop it already, you big baby, and eat. Hisashi, who stops and just started eating, looking at Izuku, who was smiling at him while eating. After dinner, Izuku immediately went to bed and slept. So, this was the end of part 1 of this series. Stay tuned for next part of this series, and if you like this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Until next time.